Welcome to the Blind Apex Podcast, where amateur club racers tune in to get faster.
This episode is brought to you by Deechworks Fuel Systems. Visit deechworks.com for all your fuel system needs. Remember, if I'm at the track and your fuel pump dies, come find me for a complimentary Deechworks fuel pump, courtesy of Deechworks and the Blind Apex podcast. While I'm still talking about business, I was going to make a t-shirt. Sort of kick things off. Well, luckily a t-shirt guy started following me today. So tryhard_inc. So at tryhard_inc or tryhardinc.com. Give him a follow. He's really new, but he's got some cool stuff. I'm your host, John Turk, and on this episode, we're going to talk about that pesky new tire that only fits certain cars because, you know, they released it for spec series, the Toyo Proxes R. It should be the replacement for the Toyo RR. I don't know if that's actually going to happen. We'll see. Seems a little slow with their rollout right now. They don't have it in my size, so I need to bring on a guest who's used one. Joining me, someone with more viral dash cam videos than a Russian cabbie, GTS and or super touring racer, mostly because he'll aggressively go into your region or your class and try to take your contingency away from you. Owner of a suburban chop shop, Eric Wong, a.k.a. Wonger, a.k.a. Uncle Wonger. Welcome to the podcast.
Oh, hello. Con.
How are you, sir?
Good.
Long day for you so far.
Yeah. So Con reached out to me earlier, but I was on the road here. So right after Summit Point, I've got my handgun shooting national championships this weekend. So I'm out here in Ohio, actually really close to mid-Ohio, but not racing this weekend.
Yeah, it's a race gun weekend, right?
Yeah.
So, that's cool. I have poverty firearms, so I can't come actually race. I just shoot them. So, big brick Glocks and things like that. So, before we get into this tire, let's set the stage a little bit. Why won't you start a YouTube channel, and what's your background in racing?
Well, the background in racing is probably a little easier, although longer. Started out in NASA, probably early 2000s, probably almost when Cabetto started everything, 01, 02-ish. Always been a BMW guy racing. Started with the E36 M3 in, I guess at the time it was GTS 2 or maybe 3. Got bored with that car, moved to E46 M3 and got bored with it. I usually get bored every 3 or 4 years and then I build something new. So I got bored with the E46 M3 and instead of building a new car, I decided to put a S65 V8 in it. And then we ran GTS 3 with that detuned and ST3. And then most recently, we all moved back to GTS 3 just because the fields were nice and big. So that's kind of where we're at with racing. YouTube, I don't have time, man.
I mean, you'll take the day off and drive across, sort of the eastern seaboard.
I need to be one of those guys who can YouTube while they're they just point the camera to themselves and just I don't know if I have enough material, man. I can only take Uncle Wonger so far.
I know, but
I need is people to keep crashing in front of me.
I mean, that's what they've been doing.
I did see a nice built but not bought Honda Challenge today.
Yeah, you're going to have to post that up
on the side of the road.
That's how we like to live our life, on the side of the road, broken,
I almost wanted to yell out the window, Honda Challenge!
And he would have been like, what is this guy talking about?
Yeah, what is this guy doing?
There's only 2 Honda Challenge cars in Ohio right now, I think. So not many people know about it. But all right. So you've now moved to GTS 3. What are
you were describing the Toyos as a spec tire, but actually GTS is an open tire class.
Right.
So we're actually allowed to use any tire we want, as opposed to you guys. I think even if they make the Toyo R in your size, you're not allowed to run it till next year.
Yeah, but my guys like to test. And so they will buy a set before the year's over at minimum.
Right.
I don't even have that option. Yeah. If I have to convert, it's going to have to wait, Yeah,
it's tough with bicycle-sized tires.
I'm on 17s, man. I feel like I'm big balling in the Honda world.
Well, the vet guys make fun of us. They're like, "What? You're only running 275 with tires? What?"
Yeah. So what tires have you used in the past?
So I've used back when they still made them. BF Goodrich used to make a really good R1 and R1S tire.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as fast as the Hoosier, like ultimate quickness, but they were pretty consistent. So you could run them like well over 10 heat cycles and they're still predictable, which was nice. And they also had a super awesome contingency at the time. Actually, no, Hoosier still had a good contingency back then too. So with Hoosier, I've run, I don't know, back, what did they have before? The R3 SO5, before the A6s and A7s.
Right.
So most recently, of course, I've run the A7s, the R7s, mainly in 275, 35, 18, and 285, 30, 18.
Okay.
So size-wise, that's what I'm running. Compound-wise, A7s, if it's not like 90 degrees out or hotter, I found that those would work fine for our sprint races, because those are pretty short, like 20, 25 minutes. So, yeah, what was it, about a month ago? The Toyo R started making waves, like people started talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I looked at the contingency. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I can get Toyo bucks in third place. So my thinking was, hey, even if they aren't as fast as the Hoosiers, if I can get third place, I mean, I'll still get Toyo bucks, right? Whereas with the Hoosiers, I won't get anything. And even I think second place pays pretty well. So I went into it thinking I wasn't expecting them to be as fast as a Hoosier. And I didn't expect them to, I wasn't expecting much, put it that way.
Historically, I can tell you the Toyo RR, it was decent when it came out, but the 200 treadwear tires now are at least as good as the Toyo RR.
Yeah. So I have heard that.
It's not a stellar tire anymore. It's long overdue for an overhaul, in my opinion. But what do I know? But what size did you run? Because I don't think they made a 275.
It was a 275, 35, 18.
Oh, they have those? I thought Oh, in 18. Okay, that's why. In 18. Always forget that. So,
they were a little stretched. So I was running them on 18 by 10 wheels. And they're a little bit stretched compared to the Hoosier 275 and 285s that I normally run, because when you put the wheel on the ground, you could hear the inside of the metal of the wheel hit the ground. So I don't like that. If anybody knows me, they know, like, they know I like to keep my wheels and car super shiny. So now I got to be like super careful when I'm handling these wheels because I don't want to scratch my wheels.
Show car life, you know.
Yeah.
Eric the hot boy. Yeah, so that's a question, right? So they run a little smaller than the Hoosier, or does the Hoosier just run big? Right?
I want to say the Hoosier runs wide.
Yeah. I mean, that's why the NASA TT guys have the template.
Yeah. Yeah. There are 255 Hoosiers that run wider than a 275. So
that's wild. I mean, that's why they've been on top of the game forever, because they'll cheat anywhere they can to get that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, the other rumor is that Hoosiers had an updated compound just sitting there waiting for somebody to come close to them, and then they'll release that.
Oh, really?
That's usually how it works, right? Like every released Hoosier compound has come out like when the competitor has gotten close.
Okay. I don't know, because I don't run Purple Crack. It's too expensive, and yeah, they don't last as long.
Are you allowed to? Are you allowed to in Honda Challenge?
No, absolutely not. I mean, back in like 2012, I think was the last year they were allowed to, but
yeah. So you'd have to go ST if you did that.
Yeah, and then, I mean, even in ST for my car, if I were running Hoosiers, I need to add 30 horsepower to my car for ST4. And on Toyos, I would need to add 90 horsepower. So that's the discrepancy Super Touring puts between a Hoosier and a...
Okay.
Yeah, it's about 60 horsepower in the power to weight.
Oh, 60 horsepower.
Yeah, at my weight, yeah. So,
okay.
I mean, that's a pretty hefty amount, I think. But
yeah. 60 horsepower is a ton. I mean, percentage-wise for ST4, that's a pretty big chunk.
Oh, yeah. I think the math was like 290 for a Toyo, or 230 for the Toyo. Yeah, 230 for the Hoosier. So
Hoosier.
At 2,700 pounds.
Yeah, you get to run more power with the Toyos, of course.
And apparently you need it, but we'll see.
Yeah. No, the tire. I mean, it was also a really hot weekend.
Yes.
You were there.
Yeah, miserable.
So, I mean, one weekend is not. I wouldn't consider the end all of tests. And I think I'm actually, after talking to some other people, I think I'm actually in the minority of liking this tire.
I mean, it's hard to step away from the Hoosier. That's what I've heard. People don't like going away from the Hoosier. So it's going to have to blow them away economically or longevity-wise.
Not only economically and longevity, but we're trying. I want to see if I can get a bonus, kind of like ST, get some kind of a bonus for GTS to run them next year, maybe.
Get your rules request in, and you better start doing more practice days instead of going to the range so you can get some data for them. But
yeah, I got to sandbag some too, right? So I can make it like a bigger bonus. Might be too late now because I already got data.
You have some data. Actually, you have 100-degree data.
In 100-degree ambient. I don't know what that is on track.
I don't know what
probably mega hot. So who knows? Maybe the Hoosiers underperformed because of the heat, and the Toyos were able to handle the heat a little bit better. I mean, generally, I found them to keep up with competitors running Hoosiers. So, and they were consistent, which was important. I think one of the races, maybe race 2 on Sunday, my second fastest lap came on either the last lap or one of the last 3 laps of the race. So that was what, a 35-minute race?
Yeah.
Um,
But
so
I think that has
quick.
that has a lot to do with how the car's set up, right? So
I setup wise, so I didn't drive my own car this past weekend because my engine is still not in the car.
BMW oiling problems likely, but go ahead.
Yeah, rod bearings, oil, whatever. I was fortunate enough that Ted Ambrose and Rachel let me run their car. That car's set up for Hoosiers. I didn't change a thing except for the tires.
So throughout the weekend, you didn't make no alignment changes, no nothing. You ran it.
No,
you ran it on
nothing.
A Hoosier car, just with Toyo.
I just wanted to see what it would be like if I just went from Hoosier straight. So I ran the Hoosiers Saturday qualifying in the morning, and then after that I just swapped over to the Toyos, like straight swap. I didn't touch anything with. I didn't even change like rebound or any of the shock settings. I just wanted to see it back to back.
Okay.
And obviously the temperatures were different between Saturday morning and our race time. And also the Hoosiers had, I want to say, 4 or 5 heat cycles on them.
Okay.
And the Toyos were fresh sticker tires.
So just for your edification, the rumor is...
Yeah, I just wanted to see how it was just slapping them on, right? Like not doing... And plus I've never run Toyos, so I didn't want to make a change not knowing like what's going to happen. So I kind of just wanted a baseline and then go from there. And what happened? I started the pressures around 26.
Okay.
And I came off around 34 to 35.
I mean, I couldn't tell you what the sweet spot is for that.
I couldn't tell you either. I was just kind of experimenting, to be honest. I just wanted to just throw them on and just see if I could keep up with everybody else.
But and you did, right? Where did you qualify?
I qualified second so I qualified on Hoosiers.
Okay.
So I was either second or third. I don't remember.
And what was the lap time? Do you remember your lap time?
22, mid 22s.
Okay. 122 for
122. Actually, no, sorry. I want to say like a low 22 on the Hoosiers.
Okay.
And then the Toyos in the race did like a 122.7 maybe.
And that's not bad considering the heat change. You made no optimization like alignment or any of that stuff. So that's not too bad.
And they held on like throughout the race. And I may have podiumed. The competition was pretty tight. I think there were 4 or 5 of us just like in a train. And I actually had to back the car down because the water temps got up to like almost 230. So I was like, not my car. Better.
Let's not do head gap. Yeah. So just for your edification, the Toyo RR, I don't know how comparable it is to the new Proxy R. They seem really fast with the stickers still on them. Like,
okay.
Really fast right out of the gate.
People like say different things about that. Like some people say that, and then some people say it takes like 3 to 4 heat cycles before they get their sweet spot.
Yeah, I think it depends on power, weight. I think it depends on a lot of things. I know back in the day, some of the Spec Miata guys were like, yeah, my Toyo RRs, I love them when they're like 10 or 12 heat cycles in. It's like the right amount of slip. And I'm like, oh, okay.
So speaking of slip, they do. So I don't know if it was the heat setup, both. They do slide around more than the Hoosiers. So I don't know, the tire guys call that some kind of like, what is it? Like some functional value or slip angle thing. They seem to understeer a little bit more, but they still gripped. So like I had to kind of drive around it. And I don't know if, like, I'm not a tire engineer, but if you look at the carcass of the RR versus the R, they're different. So like, I made a note of it somewhere. I could probably pull it up, but like, how they write on the side of the tire, it's got like 2 steel belts, like rayon, polyester, or whatever.
Right.
The construction's like totally different.
I would expect that, because even in the Toyo RR changing sizes, it's different. So,
oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, we've on the podcast we've talked about it before. The difference between the 15s and the small 17s, there's a change. Like a 235 40 17 is different. You can look inside, like the mold is different. But it's got to be when you go bigger. When you go bigger, the sidewall's got to get a little stiffer. Or there's not much sidewall left on the bigger tires, So
yeah,
but they changed the carcass for sure. I think it was when I was talking to James and the guys for Spec 46. They were talking about there's a change even between the 235 40 17 and the 255 17 in the RR. There's a change in the carcass. So, I'd be interested to see in the future, like what your 18 looks like versus the 17 that I would run. It's just
I don't have that. But I did find so I found the picture I had here. I had to take my glasses off since I'm an old man now.
Thought you were supposed to put glasses on the read.
No, I got to take my glasses off
so
I can look at my phone. The Toyo RRs, it says it's got the tread is 2 steel, 2 rayon, and 1 nylon.
Mm-hmm.
And the sidewall is 3 rayon. The R says the tread is 2 steel, 2 polyester, and 1 polyamide. And then the sidewall is 3 polyester. So it's like, I don't know if that's like makes it softer or if it makes it like wiggle better. I don't know. I'm not a tire guy, like tire engineer.
No, but
they're different.
Yeah, they ended up with different material. So not just the different.
And I don't know what that material causes. Like, is it a longevity thing? Is it a stickier thing? I don't know.
Well, if there's a tire engineer listening, hit me up because I want to know.
Yeah.
But I'm
hit Kana because I'm curious too. Like, I don't know. I mean, I know the steel is there, like it's for springiness, right? Like it holds everything together and it gives you a certain spring rate. But the polyester and all that nylon type stuff, I don't know what that does. It holds the compound together, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know I can't get my hands on my size tire, so I have to live vicariously through you.
You just have to get bigger wheels.
Yeah. Are you adopting? I heard Aaron needs the brother.
Don't Hondas run? No, they don't. They don't run the same offsets as or bolt patterns.
No, not at all. Not even close. You guys have that German bolt pattern stuff going on. So
yeah. No, but I was surprised the tire hung in there. And I ran them Sunday also.
Okay.
They felt the same. Like, what did they have on them? 2 heat cycles by then?
Right.
And they didn't get any faster or slower. It felt the same. I do think some like car setup needs to be done because I was fighting the wheel a lot like on entry,
Mm-hmm.
and being rear-wheel drive, like it's a little bit easier to kind of compensate for that versus you guys with front-wheel drive.
Yeah, if our setup's off, we're hosed. It's fighting it is, yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah. So I mean, but then I talked to some of the other racers in GTS, and they were like, "Well, my car was understeering like crazy, also on Hoosiers." So, I mean, you could see it in my race video. Like, I'm just constantly sawing the wheel.
Yeah.
Which is obviously not good, especially on trying to get the car to turn. But I mean, lap after lap, the Toyos weren't that much slower. Like I was expecting them to be like a second to a second and a half slower. And them being half a second to 0.7 of a second slower was pretty surprising.
Yeah, especially since it was raw to raw. You didn't dial in anything. You didn't. I don't know if did you take temps or anything Saturday?
I didn't take temps. I just pretty much checked the pressures. I mean, I wasn't about. It's not I wasn't driving my own car, so I wasn't gonna like start messing around with camber and tow and all that stuff. And plus,
Right.
plus it was like surface of the sun temperatures. Was like even if I wanted to change stuff, I had no motivation.
Yeah, it was not.
I just wanted to go into the trailer, air conditioning.
Oh, for sure. It was not optimal to be working on your stuff. So,
Yeah. Like, yeah, I didn't even want to change like suspension knobs. Like, I just, it was so miserable.
Yeah, find the air conditioning. I'm assuming you were rocking a cool suit or something like that, a chill out.
Yeah, I actually bought a chill out. So, like we said earlier on, I've been doing this since like 01.
Mm-hmm.
And every year I'm like, I don't need a cool suit. We just do sprint races. Like, don't be a wuss. And that was probably like when I was in my 20s.
Yep.
So now I'm like pretty old. I'm 47.
Not that much older than me. But yeah.
So last year, I think, was what did it. Or maybe it was the year before last year. I came in, it was at Summit. I came in from a race session and I had to dunk my head in a cooler of ice.
Yeah. I either did that last year or the year before last. It was pretty rough. So
yeah. So I found somebody was selling a chill out used, and I was like, I'll take it. And I rigged it up so I can like put it in other people's cars.
Okay. It just what's it need, a 12-volt system?
Yeah, 12-volt, and it needs like an inline fan.
Okay.
Just to keep it cold. But,
did you build it like a briefcase so you can just slam it in and slam it out? And the inline fan's already there.
I just zip tied the fan, like the wiring. I made like a quick connect wiring thing,
mm-hmm.
And then the in the car that I was driving, it had like a cool suit, kind of not a ratchet, but like a
the strap, the mount system,
strap thing. Yeah. So I just strapped it down, and that was that. But yeah, I'm gonna run the Toyos again in August at VIR.
Okay.
In my car. So we'll see how it does with like a ton more torque with the V8.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. It's still going to be hot as the sun, the surface of the sun, probably.
Yeah, it'll be pretty hot. I don't know. Sometimes it can be, sometimes it's a toss-up. Maybe all the heat will be June, July, and then August will be a little bit cooler.
Hopefully. It's going to make life pretty hard for us to keep testing or do any testing.
Yeah,
if it's that hot.
So that's the other thing with my V8. I tend to tend to overdrive it a little bit. So like coming out of corners, I like to just slam on the gas.
Mm-hmm.
So I might need to dial that back a little bit so I don't overheat the Toyos. Although, I don't know, maybe I should just do it just to see what happens.
In 20 years, you haven't learned how to modulate the throttle. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. So when I first started doing DEs, I had a C5 Vet.
Okay.
So it's kind of like driving that. You make your turn-ins so that you turn a little bit late so the car's straight, and then you just mash the gas. Whereas like the car that I drove this past race at Summit, it's like I had to change the driving lines a little bit, because it's like if I mess up, I can't just rely on that raw power to get me out of trouble. So I had to carry some more speed and stuff.
Well, that's tough. You know, you have to adapt your driving and drive something with less power. Must have broke your heart.
No, you always want to drive stuff with more power.
I drive a Honda. There's only so much power I can have, you know. So
that's partially why Watkins is like my favorite track. It's like power everywhere.
Okay. Yeah.
It's amazing.
All right.
So yeah, I'm gonna run the Toyos then. So then after VIR, they're gonna have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They'll have after VIR, they should have like 6 or 7 heat cycles on them.
Yeah, you're gonna qualify with them, right?
Yeah, and then after that, I'm gonna go to Watkins
on the same set. So, or are you gonna bring it extra?
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, I'll have like backup Hoosiers, but I'm going to run the Toyos at Watkins. And then what was I saying? They're going to have 6 or 7. So
yeah,
like 8 heat cycles, and see how they do at Watkins. So, I mean, unless they really fall off, I'm just going to run them for the rest of the year.
Okay. Yeah. You mentioned contingency earlier. Is that because it's not a spec class? Like a spec tire class? Because in spec tire, they pay out all over the place, except for 6 through 9 doesn't get paid out. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's so for the open tire classes, they only pay up if you have 6. I can't remember if it's 6 or 7. I want to say if you have 7 racers, it pays the third, and then anything less than that pays first and second.
Okay.
And I know third is $375. Second might also be $375, and then first, I don't remember. It's like $600 or something.
Oh wow, they're paying out a ton for you guys. I mean, a ton as in for the top 3.
Well, right, but the dollar amount also changes with tire width.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know, like with a narrower size, they probably pay less. Yeah,
with I swear for H2, they don't realize that I drive on 17s, and you know that's one of the things that the new Proxy R is about $20 more expensive than the RR, which I get, right? It's the new tire. They put in all this R&D, but man, the price goes up still. Like, come on. Just give me the better tire for the same old price.
See, for me, the price is going down by a lot. So I think like retail for the Hoosiers in my size is like $1,900.
Oh, that's painful.
And the Toyos, I think the retail is 15 something.
Okay.
But so I mean, they're not like way cheaper. But the Hoosier contingency makes you buy like a new set every time.
Every year?
So, no, every race. So like if you, let's say at Summit this past weekend, if I wanted to claim contingency, I would have to submit a receipt from before the weekend that I bought 4 tires. So,
but
essentially,
when you win a tire or 2.
If you win, essentially, it's like buy one, get one free.
Yeah, but then do you submit your receipt that I bought 2 tires because I use your winnings to make the other 2 tires, and does that count?
No, they can't be winning tires to claim tires. So you have to like pay full price. So like going into the event, you have to buy a set of tires, full price. And then if you win, you submit that receipt and you say, okay, I won both races. I'm going to claim 4 free tires.
Mm-hmm.
So you get half off pretty much because you get 8 tires for the price that you bought those new ones at. And then like if I want to run at VIR, I couldn't resubmit that same receipt again. You'd have to buy another set.
Oh, that's wild. I don't have that problem. One, I don't win, so I don't get the biggest dollars. But
well, so that was the thing. Like I was looking at it as I don't have to win, right? With the Toyos, like I can get third.
Right.
And Toyo doesn't make you buy a new set like every time. So if these stay consistent, like everybody else says they are, Toyo should, like people say they, you can run like over 10 heat cycles, 12 heat cycles, and they're still fast. So
oh yeah.
Theoretically, like if I keep getting third places, I mean, I don't want to get third place, but like if I keep getting third place, I can like start racking up Toyo bucks.
Yeah, it's totally worth it at that point because, I mean, what are you going to do with 8 tires, 8 Hoosiers in one weekend? Do you just run freshies every time you go out? Like it just feels like a waste.
Yeah, it is. Like I don't. Some of the other guys do, like Hubner and Roberto. They like to run stickers all the time, and I'm like, can't keep up with y'all.
I mean, that's weird because I think once since 2019 doing my Toyo bucks, they asked me for a receipt of purchase.
Yeah.
So I had to provide them like that I bought a new set, right? And I did. But every weekend, just to claim your contingency, you have to buy a new set. So you get 50% off. But in my world, it's not usable, right? Like in a Toyo world,
it adds up. So it's not really winning tires. You're just spending more money.
Yes. Toyo.
So that's kind of like how, I don't know how this whole started in our group. And everybody was kind of egging each other on, like who's gonna be the one to try these, and we were all trying to get DJ Fitzpatrick to do it because there was one event where like he put street tires on his car and he was running times like faster than half the group. So we're like, maybe you should do it. So,
DJ is pretty fast, so
yeah, he's fast. So we can't give too big of a bonus here if we do it because then he's just gonna demolish us all.
And have stacks and stacks of free tires, and you can just buy used ones off of them. It'll be even cheaper.
Yeah, you could win tires and then sell the scrubs to other people.
Old habits die hard, right? They want to be on stickers all the time, but
I mean, the goal is to see if we can get everybody on Toyos. Longevity wise, like, I mean, it would just save a ton of money.
You guys are going to spec tire your own class.
I mean, so the thought was maybe to give like a 0.5 point bonus. So right now, GTS is a 10-to-1 power to weight class.
Okay.
So we were thinking maybe like give 0.5 point, right? So, like if you were running Toyos, it would be 10.5. No, wait, other way. 9.5 to 1. So you can either run more power or less weight.
Okay.
I feel like National would be on board with that since it's Toyo.
Yeah, but you got to bring them the data. So.
Well, that's why I'm only going with half. I think one. So if we did one, like everybody would be on Toyo. But half still makes you think. It's like, do I want the purple crack?
It's an addictive drug. Thank God I've never had to touch the stuff. So
yeah, I mean, so back to the tires. The turn and response on the Hoosiers are definitely better. Like,
okay,
it's almost instant. Like it kind of feels like, I don't know, like if you're driving a car with like super low profile tires and you go to turn in versus a car with like a bigger sidewall. That's kind of what it feels like.
Okay.
To me.
I mean, I doubt you mounted your own tires, but I mean,
no.
The person who mounts your tires, you should ask them, how stiff is this compared to mounting Hoosiers? Because Hoosiers are pretty stiff.
Yeah.
But all right, well, that's some interesting stuff to ponder. I mean, I'm just sitting here waiting for my sizes to come in. So
yeah, so somebody in Spec 3 told me that Toyo pulled. So this was before I went out. He was like, "You're running the Toyo R's? Toyo pulled them off the market because they're slower than the RRs." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's the rumor I heard."
Was it Taylor?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was McAvoy.
Oh, okay.
So like, I'm thinking, crap, what did I just get myself into? But I don't know. I ran them. They were okay. I came out and I was like, dude, man, they're not. I don't think they're slower than the RRs. They seem like. I feel like if I was on RRs, I would be way back.
But that's the rumor, not McAvoy testing his 235 4017.
So I think the actual rumor of why they pulled them off the market is because like spec guys were pissed off that they bought all these RRs and Toyo released the R, right? So it's like, what am I going to do with all these RRs I just bought?
Right.
If the R is going to be the new tire. So maybe somebody was like, oh no, the R's are slower. Don't buy them.
Yeah, you can't possibly let that slide. But your logic makes complete sense to that, right? Like, because the Miata guys are buying probably 24 tires at a time or whatever they need,
Yeah.
Hauling them around and doing all that stuff. I just buy them as needed,
Yeah.
So
I think that's going to be my plan too. I mean, I've got a couple more races and then we might even have an October VIR. So,
he's dropping knowledge. Look out, y'all. That's a rumor.
What is
That's
that?
A rumor.
Is that another rumor?
It's still a rumor, I think. I had this conversation a couple days ago. So.
Maybe Oktoberfest will be back.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, I might have 1, 2, 3 more races on these Toyos before the end of the season. I might, depending on weather, like if it's cooler, I might do a TT session on the Hoosiers. I kind of want to see how the Toyos compare when it's not like 100 degrees out.
Yeah, why don't you do fall finale and burn the rest of those Toyos to the ground with us?
Maybe. Yeah, that's Summit, so it's kind of close. I'm only like an hour and a half, maybe less from Summit.
Yeah. And that might be my first chance to run them. So
yeah. I just want to see like if it's colder out or cooler out, if there's a bigger difference between the Hoosiers and the Toyo. Like maybe the tires were close because it was so hot.
Maybe, but it was unseasonably hot. I mean, I understand that it gets to that temperature in this area, but it usually only does that for not even 5 days for the entire summer. And I feel like we went through a 3-day stretch right there. It was miserable.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But hey, I mean, even if that's the case, right, doesn't that mean that the Toyos can handle the heat better?
Right.
Like throughout the race, they were pretty consistent. So if, I don't know, I'm just guessing, but they might have a sweet spot for temperature, and you just have to get it there.
I mean, if that's the case, great, because us front wheel drive guys put horrid abuse on our front tires. So if we can get them up to a certain temperature, or if they like heat, we're going to give it to them.
So what do you do with the rears then?
My rears still look almost brand new. When you pull the boogers off of them, they look brand new, basically. And they're on their second set of fronts. So
yeah,
we just leave them in the back, and then they heat cycle out one day, an unknown day. Actually, I should go.
Oh, that's the other thing. I didn't heat cycle these either. Like, I just went out on when they were stickers.
Oh,
so
man.
Some people say if you like you properly heat cycle them, they're supposed to be faster too
and last longer. That's all rumor.
I'm not used to. I'm used to like throwing away eight heat cycle Hoosiers.
Well, if you're in the Toyo world, don't do that. You can, I won't say double it, but you might be able to. I know when my car was poorly set up, I never thought I would get to 16 heat cycles, but
yeah,
I think I get about 12-ish, 14 maybe.
Okay.
And that's before my fronts are bald, so they're basically useless.
Yeah, I mean, people say that the Toyos will run like they're sticky till they're bald.
Yep.
So.
I'm always afraid to hit cord in the middle of a race, so I get down to a certain look in the tire and I'm like, I'll put a new front set on.
Have you seen some of the brake pads that I've run down to you?
Yeah, I've seen, I mean, Ryan was doing it. Ryan had like a 16th maybe of an inch left of pad. And then he was like,
so
I'll do that.
If the tires are sticky, I'll run them.
Okay. All right. You guys are crazy. You guys are going to run around and shoot sparks, and there's not going to be a titanium puck on your entire car. So
we gotta do that single run group again at least once.
No.
It's pretty fun.
No. Not happening.
It was kind of fun for us. We had enough power to get around everybody.
Yeah, you guys just motor past everybody. I run into the back of a class where one class I had the motor to chase them down, but they had bigger, stickier tires in the corners, and then the other class had the motor down the straightaway. Any place that was straight, they had the motor, and then nothing in the corners or braking.
CMC.
Yeah. I was like, what is going on? So, but
that's hilarious.
Yeah. I have too much body damage right now to even think about going into doing another group like that. It was just, there was so much chaos. It was actually lightning on lightning run group issue that caused my body damage, but whatever.
We ran pretty clean for most of it.
Oh yeah. Oh, you guys close way faster than anyone in Lightning is used to. I started turning in for 10, and there was an M3 at my right on my rear quarter panel, and I was like, I cannot keep turning this car. So there I am, out of the gas, not turning in, I was like, oh, I got to leave him space in case he runs.
What I do?
Yeah. And then as soon as we opened up, he was like, right past me. Good God. So anyway, well, you got anything else you want to say about these Proxy Rs? being that you only have 1 week on them, I doubt it, but maybe you have some more.
No, not really. Kind of need to get some more time on them. I think in total, I only had about an hour on them. So definitely want to get some more laps under them, just to get a feel, and then maybe even start tweaking some settings, just to see if I can fix that turn in.
Right.
But see, now for VIR, I'm starting over again because I'm going to be doing it in my own car. So I'm pretty sure it's going to feel different than Ted's car. Because Ted's car is like about 3,000 pounds. So yeah, we didn't discuss weight either. So that car's around 3,000. And my car is like 3,300.
Okay.
So will all that extra weight make a difference? I don't know. So we'll see. Like I'm going to do the same thing, I think. So I'll have a set of Hoosiers mounted. I'll probably run those either in qualifying or like a TT session. And then I'll slap the Hoosiers on, see how those, like, don't do any changes, and then see how it feels. And then if it's not like 100 degrees, I'll tweak some settings and see, maybe stiffen up the front a little bit might help, I think.
Yeah, it probably will. I just hope you guys have maybe maximum high 80s and it's doesn't break into the 90s.
That would be awesome.
You know, just because it's going to be impossible to deal with.
Yeah. So the only issue that I saw was the turn-in response was a little bit sloppier.
Okay.
So if I tighten up the front, I'll see what that does.
Yeah. So
like,
I mean,
maybe I'll get better turn-in. So usually when you stiffen the front, you get more understeer, but your turn-in will be better. So maybe like once I get the turn-in set, then the car will feel better. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. It's like one of those things you guys got to keep on like turning laps to see, right?
Yeah, this is just first impressions. You know, I don't actually know of anybody. I'm sure they are, but I don't know anybody who's openly tested them and run them. So,
yeah, I'm sure some people have run them just to see. I was honestly just super curious. Like like I said, the contingency was a little bit better. The tire's cheaper, and if they can hang, I don't know. Also, it's also like a challenge. Like, can I keep up with these, tires that everybody says will be slower?
Well, you seem to be doing okay.
Kind of want to let DJ have a stab at it. Maybe if he comes to VIR, like
he's got to get his transmission cooling first. But I guess he's okay at VIR.
Like, I'll run the Toyos, right? Like, well, we only have one race on Saturday, so maybe I'll run the Toyos on Saturday, and then I'll like let him run the Toyos Sunday race 1.
Okay, give him the morning race on him.
Yeah,
he never turns down tires. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah,
he's always down for a good time.
He was running like. Huebner gave him some like rock hard Hoosiers for free to run, and he was running those and still dicing it up. So I'm sure if he has like fairly fresh Toyos, he'll be happy to run those.
For sure. Well, I don't want to keep.
Yeah, so we'll see after VIR. We can revisit.
Awesome. Well, I don't want to keep you all night. You do have to be refreshed so you can go play with more toys tomorrow. So,
yeah. All right, we'll see how I do with those.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on, man.
All right, yeah, anytime.
Until next time, Keep working on yourself. Keep working on the car. And let's get faster.